A doctor wants to test the effectiveness of a new drug on her patients. She separates the patients into two groups. She then compares the results. Which type of study best describes the situation? It's a controlled experiment. Census is where everyone in the population is polled. A survey is a subset of the population. An observation is nothing more than, as it says, an observation. It's looking and recording some type of, theory or thesis on what they saw. A controlled experiment is basically splitting these people into two groups, controlling one side, and then making some type of conclusion. For number 2, if f of x equals x over x squared minus 16, what is the value of f of negative 10? So what I do is I am going to plug in negative 10 for wherever I see x. So I have negative 10 over negative 10 squared minus 16. I get negative 10 over 100 minus 16. I get negative 10 over 84. Now this choice is not one of our our answer is not one of the choices, so what I have to do is reduce. So I get negative 5 over 42, which is choice number 2. For number 3, talking about an auditorium with rows of seating, I basically listed for myself 18 seats in row 1, 20 in row 2, 22 in row 3, 24 in row 4, and then I just kind of went up by 2. I kind of omitted some of these rows, row 13, 14, 15, row 16, row 19, row 20. I knew that from row 1 they were just kind of going up by 6, and that's kind of the shortcut that I did. So row 21 has 58 seats. So what I'm going to use is my sum of a finite arithmetic series. This is on your reference sheet. Okay, I'm looking for, the sum of the 21 rows. The number of rows is 21. The first term is 18 that was set over here. Okay, and then the 21st term is 58. Divided by 2, put that on my calculator, get 798. Okay, so for this redo. Number 4 expresses a function of a positive acute angle. Cosine of negative 305 is equal to which of the following? Negative 305 basically means if you were looking at your x and y axis, and this represents 360 degrees around this, let's say a unit circle, going in this direction is positive. Okay, and so if I go this way, this is 90, 180, 270, negative 305. Therefore, negative 305 has the same thing as a positive 55. Choice number 2. What I would also do is I would plug this in my calculator. And then I would plug all 4 of my choices in my calculator and see which ones match. The value of x in the equation is which? So what I do here is I rewrite my equation. Now what you need to do is you need to get like bases. So I represented 4 as 2 squared, left this unchanged. I represented 8 as 2 to the third, left this unchanged. Using my rules of exponents, when I'm multiplying 2 times 2x plus 5, I have to distribute, so I get 4x plus 10. 3 times 3x is 9x. Solving my equation, I get x equals 2, which would be choice number 2. Number 6, they want you to solve this logarithmic equation. Log base 5 of x equals 4. Now, in order to solve this, you need to rewrite it into exponential form. This subscript is always going to be your base, so I'm going to rewrite. This is your base. This is always going to be your exponent. And then whatever is here is technically what we call your answer. It's on the right side of the equation by itself. 5 to the 4th power is the same as 625. Choice number 3.